Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing good today, and I'm happy to announce to you that this is the last leg of this unit. And after this, what we will be doing is the big quiz 1. And big quiz 1 covers skimming, scanning, and types of essay, which are our topics in this unit, okay? And let me share with you this one screen. So this is what you have been doing this semester, this unit with us, with me. First of all, you learned about speed reading and how it is important for us uh, personally as well as professionally. And what we have covered so far are only skimming and scanning. There are many types of speed reading, but we have covered so far only these two, knowing that these two are the most effective and the most basic element of speed reading. I hope you can benefit from this one. And for skimming, what you will find is the general idea of a text. And if we talk about scanning, it's about the particular elements of a text. And when we do skimming, you need to read selectively. Not all parts of the text will have to be read. And in scanning, you will have to scan through everything. You will have to read everything like you are a radar. However, these two are not the only ways to retain information from a text. We still need to do another thing, which is identifying the types of essay. Uh, there are several types of essay, and every essay has its main purpose, and that's what you will need to find out as you do speed reading. With by knowing what type of essay it is and what the purposes are, then you will be able to retain or to maintain information better with you. All right, now let's go through this review. First of all, what is the application? Uh, when can you apply this skill of speed reading? First of all, as a student, you will be required to read a lot of articles, both in Indonesian or English, when you prepare for your projects. And this is when you will need to use speed reading. And the second thing is, this is more on the personal level, I guess. You need to keep updating yourself with information or the news about the world, about development in certain fields and so on. And you need speed reading because we know that we don't have much time every day to spend on reading newspaper. And the third thing is, if you want to be a creative individual, if you want to be someone who is able to create something and not out of date, then you will need to keep reading and reading particular areas only, especially design or art. And that's when you will need to use speed reading to decide mainly what you will need to go deeper with. For example, you want to know the development of design, then you will need to do speed reading first of articles that come out on daily basis. And then when you find something that you really like, that's when you will need to focus more and spend slow reading or read it thoroughly. So these are the applications of skimming and scanning or speed reading techniques. And as I mentioned to you earlier, skimming aims to find a general idea, and scanning aims to find the particular idea or particular information from the text. When we skim, we don't have to read everything. That's the rule of thumb. However, there are certain parts that you should not miss. First of all, like the title. It is important to know the title of the text if it has it. And the next thing is to read the first paragraph, the entire first paragraph, to find the main argument, the thesis, or the main idea of the text. It is important. And the next thing is to read first sentences of all of the paragraphs. Usually, good paragraphs have a topic sentence at the beginning or the end. But to be on the safe side, just use the first one, because most people, I believe, put the main idea of a text in the beginning. And if the text has several headings, subheadings, then read them to find out pretty much what the writer wants to cover. And finally, find unusual elements like bold type, italics, numbers, or graphics, or what do you call it? Pictures, figures. These are important if you want to know generally what this text is about. And you have to do this in a high speed. And by high speed, I mean for a 500 word essay, you need to spend, say, 1 minute, go through everything, go through these important parts quickly, and try to come up with what the text has as its main idea. All right, now about scanning. Scanning is easier in a way because you don't have to select everything. You just have to go through everything, read everything, but quickly, and to find something. So when you do scanning, you already have an agenda, something that you want to find. And when you read through the text, you only have to read everything without really thinking about it until you find something that you have been looking for. That is scanning. And like I told you earlier, it's in a way easier, However, when you already find the word that you're looking for, that's when you will need to spend more time reading it, by reading the first sentence before it, or the next sentence after it, or the entire paragraph, to know or to understand deeper about the information that you are looking for. All right, now, as a reminder again, when you do skimming, you get the general idea, and when you do scanning, you get the explanation or further or particular information about that thing that you're looking for. And the next thing that you will need to do is to identify the types of essay. It is important because, first of all, you will need to know the general or basic purpose of a text. Every text has its own purpose, right? And by knowing the type of essay, you will be able to kind of understand what the text actually aims to do. And the next thing is that you can retain information from the text better if you know what it does, and you can tell it to others in your own words. And that is related to the third purpose, which is to enable you to make better paraphrases. How can knowing the type of essay enable you to make better paraphrases? First, because you will need to use certain key terms, or there are already certain key terms for these types of essay. And when you use the key terms and you know how to use them, it will be easier for you to well, to report the text in your own words, or to paraphrase. All right, and in this course, we have covered only 7 types of essay. These are not all, of course. There are many other types of essay which are not covered here. But in general, what we will be using or what we will be dealing with as students are either cause and effect, comparison or contrast, definition, exemplification. This is the most popular one, exemplification. Description of a process, to tell about how something happens or how something comes to life. And argumentation, this is important later when you start working on your thesis. And finally, summary. Summary is a very common type of essay as well. Usually you will find this summary in an abstract. When you have an article and there is an abstract, the abstract is actually the summary of the entire article. So you will read a summary a lot as a student. And each of these essay has its own keywords or key terms. And knowing the key terms will help you present or paraphrase the general idea of a text easier. Like this one. If you talk about a cause and effect essay, the key terms will include discuss, the reason, causes, or consequences. Reasons, causes, consequences. These are the general or the key terms for a cause and effect essay. And when we talk about the comparison and contrast essay, things like compare, differences, and yeah, compare and differences are very popular as the keywords there. So you can always use the word compare and differences. For definition, of course, define, exemplification, examples, description, describe, you know that. And argumentation is presenting an argument is the keyword, or pose an argument or offer an argument. These are the common key terms. And finally, summary, the key terms are summarize, of course, and state briefly or narrate briefly. Basically, anything that has the word summarize or brief or short can be used as your key terms for a summary essay. And I guess that's all I have to say for this brief review. Hopefully you can find this video useful so that on Thursday, when you do your big quiz, you can apply these techniques in order to be able to cover the big quiz. I guess that's all from me now, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Thursday to do your big quiz and get done with this, right? All right, bye.